It's been about a month since the accident happened on the famous El Toro roller coaster located at Six Flags Great Adventure. And now it appears that the ride itself is structurally compromised. But yet, according to Patch.com, which is a news source I believe in the New Jersey area, that Six Flags is working to repair the popular roller coaster after inspectors said that the ride is structurally compromised. Now, this was posted on Friday, September 23rd, 2022, so it does appear as of right now that the park is indeed planning on opening their popular El Toro roller coaster for the 2023 season. But honestly, I kind of find that hard to believe, and here is why. This Intamin prefab wooden roller coaster has had a slew of issues pretty much ever since it first opened. Now, it's been really reliable for the most part when you consider how big this wooden coaster is, and it offers a cable lift hill. Not to mention, but the wear and tear on the coaster itself and the trains from all the airtime that the ride delivers really does play a big toll in the ride's reliability as well as the maintenance for the ride. But the good news is I'm going to share just how Six Flags Great Adventure can reopen El Toro, and near the end of the video I'm going to share with you exactly what I think Six Flags needs to do to keep El Toro around for decades to come. Welcome to Theme Park Predictions. My name is Brandon. I'm glad you're here. Now let's get into this. I gotta say, El Toro has literally had a roller coaster of a week. Since a few days ago, we found out that it was structurally compromised, at least part of the ride was, which definitely created a huge fear in the industry and the community of, will El Toro ever open? And now, all of a sudden, we have the first reports that Six Flags is indeed planning on reopening El Toro for the 2023 season. Talk about a week full of emotion for fans of this coaster, and obviously, if you like roller coasters, there's a very good chance that you love El Toro, especially in the back row. Now, what I really am kind of scratching my head about is, how is Six Flags going to go about getting this coaster back up in operation safely with, basically making sure this problem is not going to happen again? And I just have a funny feeling, knowing how the new CEO likes to spend all this money on the parks as far as new additions and roller coasters and improvements, I just don't really see Six Flags investing the money that is needed to really repair El Toro so it's going to stay in the parks for decades to come. Obviously, this issue that happened last month, again, my opinion, but I think it's pretty much confirmed that Six Flags kind of put a band-aid on the situation. They really didn't fix El Toro the way they should have, since it was down for most of the 2021 season. Which is a real shame, because this accident obviously should have never have happened. And if you cannot maintain a roller coaster the way it needs to be, then obviously it shouldn't be open. Now, going back to Intamin here, we see Colossus at Heidi Park over in Germany. It was closed for like 4 or 5 years, standing but not operating. And the park literally had Intamin come in and reprofile, I believe, every single feet of track the coaster offers. And now, according to my friends from Coasters and Brews, Colossus is now one of the smoothest wooden roller coasters in the entire world. And if Merlin can spend the money on doing this type of retrofit to this coaster, then I gotta think Six Flags could do so as well. But again, it all depends on if Six Flags is gonna cough up the money to do it the right way. I personally do not think they will, but I really do hope so. Now, the spokesperson for the park was pretty vague as far as when the coaster will reopen. Obviously, it's very smart for them to say sometime in 2023. But honestly, I feel like this is going to be a early summer to midsummer opening if it does open at all. Again, I really feel as if Six Flags, especially Great Adventure with this whole El Toro situation, has had a lot of negative press. And I don't think that they would like any more negative press as far as, oh, we're not going to reopen the ride at all, or we have no plans on doing so. So the safest way to, go around that is yes, we plan on opening the coaster sometime in 2023. And if you're like me, you're probably wondering, is Intamin going to be involved? Now, obviously, they built this coaster, so they should be. But would Six Flags just say, you know what, we're going to cut the ties with Intamin and have maybe GCI come in with their new Titan track and really smooth out this coaster to make it more reliable and basically convert this thing into a hybrid coaster, if you will. It's apparent that GCI is really revving their engines when it comes to their new Titan track. And I can't blame them, because with the success of RMC converting all these old wooden coasters into top tier steel coasters, you know that GCI wants some of that money in that pit. So I would love it for RMC or GCI to come in here and convert El Toro into a hybrid coaster. Now, obviously, personally, I love El Toro. It's my favorite wooden roller coaster I've ever been on. I would love it for Six Flags to spend the money and have Intamin come in here and just reprofile it, retrack it, and make it basically brand new again, but with the exact same layout. Because it obviously has a layout, in my opinion, that has very little flaws. But here's a crazy thought for you, and I've had a few people in the comments kind of share their thoughts along the same lines with me, and this might be kind of crazy to you, but what if Intamin has declined to work on this project and potentially Dragster at Cedar Point, since rumors are now pointing to Intamin not being involved with Top Thrill Dragster? It really does make you wonder, with the issues and safety issues Dragster and El Toro both have, I wonder if Intamin just threw in the towel and said, you know what, we are not going to work on this to fix this coaster because obviously it's not worth it for our liability, our insurance sake as well. So if you guys want to, retrofit it and have some other company come in and, RMC it, then by all means do so. And at first, I thought there was no way that would be possible. But then I started really thinking about it. And both of these coasters are liability issues for both Cedar Fair, Six Flags, and of course, Intamin. So I would love to know your thoughts about that crazy idea. And in closing, I think they should do it the right way, contact Intamin and have them come out and really fix this coaster. Because currently, Liseberg over in Sweden is doing the exact same thing with their wooden coaster Balder. Now, obviously, there's a huge price tag when it comes to this, but heck, it's probably a lot cheaper than buying a new mega coaster for the park. You know what? I know it is. So if anyone's watching this from Six Flags, I really hope you do consider keeping El Toro the same and have Intamin come in and make this roller coaster more reliable and obviously safer. That way, it's going to be thrilling visitors to Great Adventure for decades to come. Because honestly, this is the best coaster at the park. And when you pair this with King Ka, Jersey Devil, and of course, Batman and Robin the Chiller, that's a top 10 coaster lineup in the world. Now, obviously, Batman and Chiller is no longer there, but I do have both of those credits, and I don't know about you, but I really wish those coasters would still be located in the park today because they were so intense and so unique. So I would love to know your thoughts about that crazy idea. Plus, I want to know all of your thoughts about El Toro and what we know today. Will it reopen? Will it not reopen? If it does reopen, who's going to be involved? Please share everything with me in the comments. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.